Okay, so real quick update on the Trans Am LS Fest build. We are running out of time. We're well less than a month now till we got to roll out for LS Fest. I've been grinding on this thing for you guys. That way I can bring you the LS Fest content. Um, I have a whole video that's coming out on the paint. You can tell the car's been painted. I did a budget paint job on the car. It looks amazing compared to what it did look like. It's got Bondo dust all over it right now because I've been working that rear quarter panel that had the all the dents in it, and I got a spot back here. I got a wet sand where I had to redo a spot where I had Bondoed a small ding, so I got to wet sand that and buff it out. But it turned out really good. But the point of this video is a while back I posted an update video. One of my subscribers, which I love talking to you guys anyway, so I always interact with you guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that, and we're gonna have a lot of cool stuff coming up. But one of my subscribers was like, hey, what's going on with that car? The front end looks like a Formula, but it has a Trans Am, has some of the Trans Am accents, the Trans Am WS6 accents. I was like, that's weird. So I could tell it's got a Formula hood. It's got a Formula front bumper. So I started doing some digging and looked up on Facebook. I actually really wasn't digging to find out anything on the car. I was actually like, oh, well, man, I really would like to have a WS6 hood for this thing, even though it's not a WS6, because it just looks so much better. So I was on Marketplace, as I usually am, and I found a WS6 hood near me here in Brandon, Mississippi. I'm in Vicksburg. Brandon's a little less than an hour away. And I was looking at the post, and the guy was like, yeah, I had it. I was going to put it on a car I was building, but sold the car. And I remembered that the guy I bought the car from said the guy he bought the car from was out of Brandon and owned his own shop, the guy that did the BTR cam and the springs and everything on the engine. So I was like, So I looked at the guy's profile, and I didn't really see anything on the car. So I got out of his Marketplace profile, I went into his actual Facebook profile, and I started looking, and I found pictures of the car. I was like, oh, that's it, because I came around, and in all the pics, I could see the big dent that used to be here that we're working right now. I got a whole video coming out on that, how we're fixing that. I got it all Bondo, just need to sand it, and then I can paint this rear quarter panel, and then the entire car will be painted, and I can kind of unveil finished product of the car. I was like, oh, it's definitely my car. And then I looked further through his posts, and I found where the car had been run into a ditch. Not a bad wreck, but had run off the road and run into a ditch. And I looked into damage, and I was like, oh yeah, the hood was definitely hurt. Front bumper was destroyed. I was like, And when I looked in the pictures, the car had a WS6 hood on it. I was like, well, a different one than the one he was selling. So I kind of started doing some digging, and I was thinking about some other stuff, and I was kind of thinking, I want to do the burnout pit at LS Fest. And so I was like, I want to go out and look at the code, because I know that I think it's G80 is the code for the positive track rear differential that even some formulas had, and GU5 is the upgraded performance rear end with a 323 gears versus the, I think it's 270 something gears that came in the normal formula. So I came out here and I started looking at some codes, right? So I was like, bam, right there. GU5, G80. It's like, dude, that's awesome. It's a positive traction car. It has the upgraded rear differential, performance differential. And I started glancing around, and then I saw this. So the car does WS6, has a WS6 package. I did know also that, you know, you see LS1, but some of the WS6s came with the LS6 instead of the LS1, and they still say LS1 on the panel. So I did come out here and I was super excited that it's a WS6, and then I came out here, I was like, man, what if this thing's an LS6? Got underneath it, looked at the numbers. It is, in fact, not an LS6, it's an LS1, but it does have the 241 heads, which is not the best LS heads, but definitely upgraded from some of the other LS1 heads. So, anyway, long story short, this is why content creators should interact with their subscribers and with their viewers, because I probably would have never, I probably would eventually, I mean, LS Fest found out that it has a positive traction, because I'm definitely going to get in the burnout pit there and cut up a little bit, but probably never would have knew this car was a WS6 had I not kind of went down that rabbit hole. So shout out to that guy for adding that comment and sparking that journey to go through and find this out. But yeah, dude, I'm super excited about the car. Build's coming along. I'm definitely a lot more excited now that I know it's a WS6 car. I may end up buying that WS6 hood from the guy that's selling it. And the car, I'm assuming, has been painted on before me, because it doesn't have any of the WS6. It doesn't have WS6 emblems. But now that I think about it, when I was doing the body work and looking, it did look like there was an emblem that would have been on the rear bumper in the same, you know, you could tell where something had been there, right in the same vicinity of where a WS6 emblem would have been. So anyway, super excited about that. But other than the paint, I won't really go into the paint and body work, because I have like a 3-week video that I've been putting together for you guys to put that out. But other things we did to the car, we did do some new heat resistant spark plug wires. You guys already know that it was tuned by my boy and Cody. My boy Cody at RCS Louisiana. The car runs amazing now. I did do the strut bar on it, just a cheap one. If anybody's interested in that, I can drop a link in the comments. It was like the cheapest one on Amazon. I think it was like $80 or something. Did a K&N air filter. We got the Pioneer Bluetooth radio, so we got some jams in here now, which is nice. Replaced the door speaker grills. Got the new Pioneer in here. Sorry, everything has Bondo dust on it right now. This car is nasty because I've been doing all that sanding. I got some, never mind that wire. That's not crazy bad wiring. That's just random wire that I had in there. I was using to wire up the stereo. But got some nice Motor Trend seats. Motor Trend, Jesus. Floor mats. I don't know. My brain just completely shut off there for a second. Yeah, but overall, interior looks way better. Still going to deal with the dash, the cracks, typical Pontiac crack dash. Got the old stereo back there that came with the car that I never got the face for. T-tops don't leak. I've been in a couple of torrential downpours with this thing now, so that's pretty awesome. But you guys can kind of peep the paint. It's, like I said, it's super dusty right now from all the Bondo work I'm doing on the other side here in the shop. But it turned out really nice. Probably spent less than Bondo that I used and body filler and stuff I used. Sandpaper, paint, and all. Probably just over $100 in this paint job. It looks like a totally new car. Got the LED side markers on the front and the rear. Got a quick video on the channel on how to do that if you're interested in that. Oh, we lowered it. There was a video I posted yesterday on that. We lowered the rear about 2 inches, so no more Z71 rear suspension on this thing. Super easy to do. Got a how-to video of that on the channel. But yeah, that's the plan. Gonna get this thing wrapped up and get it to LS Fest. We don't have a whole lot left to do on it after I finish the body work and paint. I've already changed the oil and the filter. May do that again before we roll out. Definitely being underneath it, you can tell it's got an oil leak somewhere, so we got to keep a check on the fluid there. And I want to get in and I might do a transmission flush, but I'm definitely going to do, especially now that I know I have the sought after rear end in this thing, I definitely want to take care of it. So probably going to get in there and change the rear diff fluid. Definitely check it and probably go ahead and flush it and change it. But anyway, guys, them's the plans. Continue to support the channel. I really appreciate it. You know, I'm active duty military, but I'm really trying to bust out on this stuff, you know, to get some content out there. The SRT is coming along. I feel bad because I keep making promises on the channel for the SRT. I know I got some SRT specific subscribers, so that stuff's coming, guys. Pro Charger is finally shipping tomorrow. Been jumping through hoops for them to get the right pulleys to make 10 pounds of boost, but it's going to be shipping out tomorrow, so I should have it this weekend. And we're going to get it up to RCS Louisiana. That's the last piece of the puzzle. We got our 1000cc injectors. We're ready to go with it. Excited for that build. Looking for around 800 wheel horsepower with that one. And definitely looking to get my baby back. That's probably going to be the channel car A, and this is kind of channel car B. You know, I got my Sportster. Brought my Sportster up from Alabama where I can finally put some miles on it. It's just been sitting, so we're in a tune-up stage with it right now. This is not your granddad's Sportster, right? This is full MSD ignition, stage 3 Andrews cams, Hammer Performance 1275, big bore kit. I mean, if you're used to riding Sportsters and you rode this thing, you'd probably be wondering what planet you're on. But I got some content on this on the channel. We're gonna have a lot more. Just put new E3 spark plugs in it. The other ones were cooked. My K&N filter charger, it's seen better days. I think that's causing a little bit of a misfire too, so a little bit of a lean mixture. So we're going to order that and replace that. But I got it backed out of the shop because I'm on lunch break now. I want to ride it back to the office, and I definitely want to not get Bondo dust all over it because I got to get this sanded and get it out. Bel Air, she's looking pretty over there. I got to get the exhaust finished on that, replacing the manifolds with the new manifolds, get exhaust on it. You know, son's Cadillac turbo build we're working on. Going to be doing a Ford's build on it, turning up the boost. Anyway, guys, a lot going on. I really appreciate the support. We're up over 250 subscribers now. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. Leave me a comment. I like interacting with you guys. So that's my favorite part of this whole thing. And that's why I started it, to help people out, show them that you can build a hot rod on the cheap, show people that, you know, if we don't get out and spread the word on hot rodding to the next generation, that it's all going to die with us. So, if you got advice on the build, got something you want to see on the build, you got something you want to see on the SRT once I get it back, you got something on the Bel Air or the, you know, ATS turbo build that we're doing for my son, any of that stuff, let me know. Thanks for the support, guys. This is Randy from Garrison Speed Shop, out.